steals is Coach Creighton and Coach Tucker who say, please play tough D, and these girls respond every night to that.
Edwards hits both. Almost a turnover immediately as the Wildcats show pressure. It kicks off of Wilson's foot, who is wearing not her usual white headband, but a pink headband, as it is the Play 4K Breast Cancer Awareness Night. You'll see the fans in attendance wearing the pink shirts. The first 200 fans in the building today get free pink T-shirts. Spinning and getting it blocked by Kayla Clark. There's Nakia Cheatham, the junior from Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Yeah, Clark shows her size and help defense to get that block.
That's Clark's 10th block of the season. This BCUD doesn't block a lot of shots, as they're going to get Cariana Woods for the trip.
Yeah, Woods played great position defense to cut off the driver, but unfortunately their feet got tangled up, and that is a foul.
And with a team like BCU that averages under 2 blocks a game, and you've only just right now in the last 30 seconds got your first double-digit blocker of the season. What does that tell you when you're looking at the numbers?
Yeah, that tells you that we are on good help side, and we really are committed to each other on the defensive end to get that.
BCU will control the ball after Cheatham poked it out of bounds. Zaniah White missed the layup. She's their best free throw shooter at 44.7%.
The Wildcats showed press a while ago, and Alcorn really wasn't ready for it. Let's see if we go back to that press, and let's see what happens.
Chanel Wilson blows by her defender, gets to the lane, contact, no whistle. Cheatham with the miss. In transition, Tajane Wright puts it up and in.
Yeah, nice hesitation and drive to the baseline by her to get the short jump shot in the hoop.
And remember, we had a really low-scoring affair against Alabama A&M 2 weeks ago, as flashing to the lane is Woods. It's going to be Alcorn State ball. I'd expect a similar kind of low-scoring defensive contest here today.
Yeah, let's see. Wildcats show token zone. Yeah, they're going to drop back to man-to-man.
The two bigs matched up on the outside. That's Clark and Brown. And back it goes to Obillo. Obillo slips it through for Wright. She's got Nia Jordan draped all over her. Got to move the ball. She does. Wright, long three, missed it short. Deshante Edwards grabs the miss. Edwards, coast to coast, and gets it swatted away by Wright.
Yeah, beautiful defense by Wright to come from behind to block that shot by Edwards.
End-to-end basketball, 3 on the way, good from Nakia Cheatham.
Yeah,
she shoots just 14% from 3. That's only her 3rd connection of the season from downtown.
Yeah, she looked confident on that one for sure. And they take a 5-3 lead on that shot.
Yeah, quick 5-point swing for Alcorn. Baseline jumper rattles down for
Chanel.
Chanel Wilson.
When the defense gives her that much space like that, she's going to take advantage of it from 15 feet, and she showed it there.
Conference, 17.5 points per game for Wilson. We need another big night out of her. Destiny Brown rises and hits.
Yep, so they're running this high post cutting defense where they're going into her to Brown in the high post, and she's effective from that area.
Not often you see a big shoot from the outside like that successfully. Up and under, off the rim, and in for Cariana Woods.
Cariana Woods, that's the second time she's been able to blow by her defender. This time she got the shot. Last one was blocked. That time she got the bucket in 2. Tie game.
Right over Clark, misses everything. It's kept in play, but only as far as Deshante Edwards.
When Kayla Clark throws a shoe.
Wilson pushing the pace. Nia Jordan gets tapped on the wrist.
And that's good because that'll give Clark time to reset her shoe. She threw a shoe last time down. In fact, is she coming out? No, she's just going to tie her shoe and stay in the game. Good.
Yeah, we're going to see Morgan Beecham into the game for the first time. Beecham's had a good couple of days. The past 2 games over in Texas has raised her scoring average to 5.6 points a game.
Yeah, and showing why she's such a valuable member of this Wildcat team.
Jordan doesn't connect on another free throw.
Yeah, 71% shooter, so she's a good free throw shooter.
And she does connect on the second one, 1 of 2, so BCU ties the game at 7. We do not have live stats up right now. We're still working on getting that sorted out. When we get to it, we'll have you those live numbers.
Yeah, they added another point, Mike, that we're up 8-7.
8-7. Here is Obillo on the outside. In the corner for Cheetah, who's already hit 1-3. She goes right, she goes left, and dribbles the ball out of bounds.
And again, nice help defense by Chanel to come over and give help to that to force the player to just dribble it out of bounds.
I'm not sure if you're going to give a steal on that play.
No, definitely the turnover to them, and the team steal, we'll call it.
Clark sets the screen. Woods flashes it to Jordan, working on Brown in the post, and Brown wins that battle handily.
Jordan just a little bit lost her balance on that and wasn't gathered when she went up for that shot.
Looking for in transition, a nice backdoor pass to Brown from right.
And that was set up, nice counter by them to set up from the high post where Brown has been catching the ball. That time she went backdoor. 2 points for Alcorn.
Destiny Brown, a native of Los Angeles, California, a transfer from Division II Southern Nevada. She leads the Alcorn team in scoring. And again, they tried to find Jordan in the post, and it's turned over. Zanaya White to Cheatham. Baseline jumper, no. And it'll stay Alcorn ball as it's off Wilson. And I think that's the media timeout. Yes, it is. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Alcorn 9, BCU 8 right here on the Cat Eye Network. Today's game is about stopping the clock against all cancers affecting women. As a result of her own 22-year battle with cancer, it was Olympic gold medal winning and Naismith Hall of Famer Coach Kay Yow's vision to be part of finding an answer in a fight against cancer. You can join the fight and give hope to a future without cancer by donating today. Visit kyow.com to donate. White hits the jumper and Alcorn State takes an 11-8 lead.
You know, the last time we played this team, White and Brown both had 20-point games.
Wilson for 3, no.
We can't let that happen tonight if we're going to get a W.
And Alcorn continues to dominate on the boards. Brown underneath, easy layup.
Alcorn takes a 13-8, 5-point lead.
Yeah, quick 6-point run for the Braves. And it's important for the Wildcats to not let this one get away with them, because that's kind of what happened up in Lorman last month. Underneath and in for Kamara Langston, who's just checked in.
Yeah, Langston comes right in and is productive right away to get the bucket on the assist from White. Or Woods.
Everybody
Woods
playing on the baseline. Just an ISO play for Obillo. Now they'll work out of it. Here's Tajane Wright. Right back to Cheatham. Drives, floater from the baseline, kicks off the back iron and doesn't fall. And in transition, no foul call, but Wilson going to go hard to the hoop, up and under, can't finish off the window. And BCU's just trying to play so fast.
Yeah, we've had some opportunities down there to score and just haven't taken advantage of them.
And that's the second travel against Alcorn in the ball game.
Edwards back into the game.
And we'll see Kayla White for the first time. Wildcats on a 4-game winning streak. They've swept the last 2 weekends with victories over Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Prairie View A&M, and Texas Southern. Here is Kayla White's got Michaela's mixed up, but no matter, she hits the mid-range jumper.
And that was created by the attacking style of Beecham, who drove and got the assist and set her up for the jumper.
Tried to get the pass down to Kiara Henderson, who's just checked in off the confusion. They're doing a lot of high ball screens, but not outside the paint. They're kind of inside the paint.
Yeah, they're running the ball through the high post, through their really good high post players, and then they're creating a lot of action off of that, and we have to adjust to that.
Beecham, kick out. Langston on the baseline, too strong.
Good take by Langston, though. She'll make those.
And she made one earlier from that exact same spot. Heels on the midcourt line. Here is Obillo, matched up against White.
You know, Obillo at 5'2" is proof that there's always room for the small player in the game of basketball.
Layup no good for Deja Reed. Jump ball, BCU with the possession arrow, and Deja Reed is coming home in a sense. She did attend Bethune-Cookman University. Unfortunately, never played for the basketball team because she was here during the COVID year where BCU did not play at all before transferring to Alcorn.
And Langston did a nice job of tying that up to get the jump ball to give us the possession on the possession arrow.
Beecham, catch and shoot three, way too strong, and Reed grabs the board, boxing out on Langston. In transition, here's Henderson. Throws up a wild shot, won't go. Both teams cold the last couple of minutes.
Beecham down with the rebound. Here we are on the attack.
In transition, the ball skips away. Alcorn ball. And neither team really finding any sort of offensive rhythm right now.
Yeah, so far it's been a little messy of a game, so to speak, but I know these two teams are going to settle down. Sometimes an afternoon basketball game is hard to adjust because most games are played at night, but these young ladies will settle in and we'll see a great game. Stay with us, fans.
And while we don't have live stats up right now, double backdoor pass, and Zanaya White can't hit. But my point is Bethune-Cookman in their victories are averaging a rebounded margin of plus 12.7, but right now, even though we don't have live stats, I can just tell from the naked eye that we are well down on rebounding. I don't think we have an offensive rebound of the game so far. Beecham will be fouled and go to the line, and that's the other thing. We haven't really been taking advantage of our trips to the free throw line. This is the fourth time we've gotten there and only hit 3 of them.
Yeah, we're getting good action out of our passing weave motion offense. We're getting great shots in the middle, and we're getting to the free throw line. So it's going to happen for the Wildcats. We just have to take advantage of those situations when we get it inside, when we get those open shots, and connect and score and make it happen.
Minnesota native today, Griffin is checked in for the Braves as Beecham hits the first free throw. She is very reliable from the charity stripe, is Beecham, just under 70%. Beecham hits them both, gets it to kiss off the glass, and BCU takes the lead. Also in for Alcorn State is Ashanti Bacchus.
Yeah, that free throw showed Beecham's soft touch. You know, she missed that last jump shot by quite a bit, but that won't happen very often. She's a good shooter, solid player.
Kayla White tries to rip it away from Bacchus. Goes behind the back, dribbles it off her foot, recovers to Henderson. Has a lane to the basket, kick out. Griffin for 3, off the mark.
So Edwards helped on the trap at the half court, and then she hustled back, and she gets the rebound for the Wildcats.
Kayla White through traffic, and it goes off her knee and out.
That looked like a tripping foul like we saw at the beginning of the game down here. However, the referees had a different opinion.
Alcorn has rotated pretty much everybody out of the ball game from their starters except Zaniyah White. And we'll see the Braves do this a lot. Head coach Nate Kilbert really likes to rotate pieces all game long. In fact, no Alcorn player is in the top 25 in the SWAC in minutes per game. Excellent ball fake by Reed, but you can't finish.
Langston with the rebound. Here come the Wildcats. Chanel Wilson sets the offense.
3 to go in the quarter, and it's a wide open lane to the basket as BCU will take the lead into the quarter break. The Red Sea parted for Wilson.
Yeah, miscommunication on that by Alcorn State on the defensive end. Nobody covered the best scorer on the floor, and that resulted in an easy layup for her.
She'll take those all day of the week. We'll take a quick break to end the first quarter. We'll come back. It's 16-13. BCU on top right here on the Cat Eye Network. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman University athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on Twitter and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU women's basketball, follow at BCU WBB on Twitter and Instagram. You don't want to miss those follows. We're posting behind-the-scenes content and keeping everybody up to date. The date on everything BCU Athletics all the time, so go out and follow us on social media. Michael Toretto and Eric Dennis back with you as we start the second quarter from Moore Gymnasium. Wildcats with a 16-13 lead in what's been kind of a stop-start game so far.
Yeah, it hasn't been the cleanest game, but both teams are playing hard and playing their game. Alcorn through the high post, Wildcats into their weave.
I think they're going to call an offensive foul.
No, 5 second.
Wow, that's the second time in as many games we've seen a 5-second violation.
That's that solid Wildcat defense that when somebody picks up the dribble, Coach Creighton and Coach Tucker has our Wildcats playing the passing lane, and it causes teams all sorts of trouble.
Beecham stops and pops and hits nothing but net.
Yeah, nice escape dribble by her to get the open space into the jump shot. 2 points. Wildcats, 18-13.
Nice little 6-point run for the Wildcats across the end of the quarter to the beginning of the second. Remember, this is the second unit on the floor for Alcorn. And it's a no-love down low for Deja Reed. She's had about 3 or 4 opportunities but hasn't been able to put one away.
Yeah, Reed looks good, but thank goodness her shot's not falling so far. Let's keep that going.
Nice block from Langston that allows Edwards to get to the lane, but she can't finish in traffic. Coast to coast goes Henderson, and another shot doesn't fall. Lid completely on the basket for the purple and gold, and it's going to be a foul in transition against Bacchus.
Yeah, Bacchus just caught with her hand in the cookie jar trying to steal the ball at half court and called for the reach-in foul.
And now Acrielle Ford comes in for Alcorn State, a sophomore from Crystal Springs, Maryland. They will use all 16 of their players, actually 14. 2 of their players are out with injury. We won't see Ariane Akeapolor or Nia Vacalfia, but all 14 other players will see the floor for Alcorn State. Open for a long 2 is Edwards. She can't hit, but it's going to be a foul against Alcorn. They're going to call it against Obillo.
No, number 0.
Oh, and 0, excuse me. That's Tanae Griffin. Baseline in for the Wildcats. Quickly underneath, and Langston cashes in.
So Langston did a smart basketball IQ. The player turned her head, she cut behind her, and the other player never saw her.
Lid finally off the basket for Alcorn State as Bacchus scores.
Yeah, Bacchus just goes right back down the middle of the lane and scores an easy layup for Alcorn.
Pick and pop long, too. That's way too strong from Beecham. That's uncharacteristic for her.
Yeah, she's either swishing them. Every other one's a swish or a bad miss, it looks like today.
Battling down low is Ford, and she gets it to go.
Yeah, we gambled a little bit trying to go for the steal. Unfortunately, we tipped it. Ford gathered it, spun, and laid it in at the bucket.
Jordan and Clark and Wilson all set to come back in as this second unit for BCU plays out this game. Kayla White, open 3, too strong, and it almost looks like neither team really has their shooting legs under them so far in this game.
Yeah, it's fascinating. You know, we average 4.3 makes a game, and we shoot as a team 28% from 3, but we've got a lot of good three-point shooters on this team. They're just not dropping right now. I think as the game goes on, we'll find our mark.
And over the past couple of games, the 3 ball hasn't been dropping, even though the Wildcats swept the Texas games last weekend. They were 0 from 7 from 3 in the win over Prairie View. That'll be a long 2. It rattles out for White.
And Jordan gathers the rebound. Here come the Wildcats. Chanel Wilson.
In transition, Wilson. She pulls up, and she gets it to go.
Yeah, we saw that coming. She slowed her dribble and just stepped right into that wide-open 3 and put it in.
And she had a mismatch one-on-one against Henderson, who has struggled to guard her so far in this game. Oh, that's a tough foul.
Let's see who that foul is on.
They're going to call it on Woods. Or Jordan, excuse me.
Yeah, so I guess Jordan was impeding the player's cut to the basket, and that's why she had position like an NFL pass interference sometimes when they intercept, but it's a pass interference first. Maybe that's what the call was.
The glorious live stats have returned, so we'll have some live numbers for you shortly. Kaylin Watkins all the way up on top. Hands to Bacchus. Bacchus tries to get by Woods. Cariana holds her ground. Henderson, long pass. Extra shovel to Watkins. She drives baseline and off the glass it goes.
So as you can see, Alcorn is finding their rhythm. Now we have to find ours. We're still up by 4, 23-19.
And I remember about the game against Alabama A&M that was so low scoring. It's, BCU would go on a little run, the Bulldogs would go on a little run, and it was a big fourth quarter that eventually sealed the deal for the Wildcats. Ball poked away from Beecham into the Alcorn bench. Wildcats will keep it.
Bacchus showing her quick hands on the Alcorn team to slap that out of bounds with 9 on the shot clock. Wildcats have to be aware of that. Not much time on that shot clock.
Teams combined 2 for 9, from three-point range in the first half so far. Woods thought about the 3, decides to spin, and she gets clattered to the ground.
So her arm, when she spun, the defensive player, number 0, Griffin's arm got caught, kind of like when you escort someone down the street, like holding a teapot or something, and it whipped her to the ground because she was spinning. It was kind of comical.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an odd interaction. Glad to see everybody's okay.
No harm but a foul.
Woods hits from the free throw line. Wildcats now 7 of 9 from the charity stripe. Alcorn hasn't been to the free throw line at all so far.
Yeah, we've been playing really good position defense to take things away from them without fouling.
Only 2 personal fouls in the opening 10 minutes of play for the Wildcats. Open for 3 is Griffin. Swish.
Wow, Griffin looked like she can do that on purpose. She just put that in. She's only an 18% three-point shooter on the season so far.
Edwards in the corner. Now Clark drives baseline. She stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, tough break for Kayla, but she had the right idea. She attacked that open baseline. There just wasn't quite enough room there, and she put the ball on the line. Good call by the official. Alcorn ball.
They're going to bring Daimani Dorsey in for Nia Jordan. They're giving away some height there at the forward position.
Dorsey plays bigger than she is. She's a really good position, smart defender.
Double teamed into the paint. Ford collides with, I believe that's Edwards, and DeShante comes out the worse for wear on that one, but she is going to get the foul called against her.
Yeah, she went down pretty hard, but she's tough. We'll see if she stays in the game. She's going to be okay.
That's hard ground to hit.
Yeah, she took a hit on the floor for sure.
Long pass out to Bacchus. Bacchus tries a three. That's about as far in as it can go without counting.
Yeah, from downtown Daytona Beach right there.
In transition, Dorsey and Clark in the post haven't gotten Kayla going, and it's ripped away by Ford.
You know, their defenders down low have done a nice job of taking position, of faking, attacking, and it's really causing our inside players some issues down there.
Alcorn State averaging 3.4 blocks per game. Remember, Destiny Brown, who's not in the contest at the moment, leads the league in blocks with 56. And another steal from DeShante Edwards. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball.
Yeah,
Wildcats do
I don't know about that call. But anyway.
Well, Wildcats do have the possession now, so it is still Cookman ball.
But when Edwards took that hard fall, that was very near to the same play, except that time she had a better angle on the ball, and it resulted in a tie-up, and it's our ball on the jump.
They're going to go to the media timeout here as it is under 5 minutes to go in the second half. BCU at one time led by 7. They're now down to just a 3-point lead, 25-22. We'll take a quick break and be right back right here on the Cat Eye Network. The Southwestern Athletic Conference basketball tournament is coming up fast, and now is your opportunity to catch all the exciting Bartow Arena action in Birmingham, Alabama. Tickets for the tournament are on sale now through the SWAC website and soon at the BCU box office. Don't miss your chance to support the Wildcats and see some entertaining SWAC basketball taking place March 8th through 11th at the Bartow Arena in Birmingham. It's SWAC time, baby. The Lady Wildcats, with their 8-3 conference record, are well on their way to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep, and in a 3-point lead with 4:50 left in that first half of play here.
And this game against Alcorn is really the last major hurdle for Bethune-Cookman, as in terms of just making the tournament. Say nothing about seeding or who they'd play there. Wilson, pick and pop, no good. Fighting for the rebound. It comes all the way back, and it stays in the front court.
Edwards with great hustle to keep that ball alive for the Wildcats.
And also Daimani Dorsey underneath, who shoveled that ball out to Edwards. Wilson, baseline, skips through, nothing.
She's had a couple of those close ones like that just haven't gone in.
Alcorn down by 3. Looking for position down low is Ford, and her layup is too strong. Akariale Ford has really been the thorn in BCU's side the last couple of minutes. Clark up and under, swings that long arm but can't get it to go. Transition 3 from Griffin. She's already hit one but can't find this one.
Let's hope that that's her.
Oh, and Griffin comes up limping. 5-on-4 for the Wildcats. Edwards gets to the line.
Yeah, their player Griffin, smart move by their coach, Coach Gilbert, has been guarding our leading scorer, Chanel Wilson, and she's about 3, 4, 5 inches taller than Wilson.
Griffin listed at 6'0". Wilson at 5'7", so 3 inches taller, but Griffin is going to come out as she looks like she's really struggling.
5 inches taller.
Yeah. And immediately, Griffin went back to the locker room. So,
But that's caused Chanel just a little bit of issue. Somebody not quite as quick as her, but close, with that long reach. But she'll adjust and score. She's such a good scorer.
We do hope today is okay. We've been impressed with her play early on.
Yeah, hopefully just a stinger for her, nothing serious.
2 of 2 from the line for Edwards. BCU now 9 of 11 from the charity stripe of the ball game.
And we're back to +5, 27-22 with 3:30 in the half.
A very low scoring first half. BCU scoring 33% from the floor. Alcorn 37%.
And you called it during the timeout that Brown would come back in, and she is.
Destiny Brown wears number 5. Here is Maya Claytor into the game for the first time. She wears number 30, and the baseline area cleared out for Kaylin Watkins to score.
Yeah, nice skip pass by Alcorn to Watkins, who took advantage of the defense shifting and got the drive and the hoop.
3-point lead. Woods back to DeShante Edwards. And now Dorsey drives and finishes off the glass through contact.
And all set up by our player Edwards, who set the screen and got an assist on the handoff.
Transition 3 from Claytor, no. And they're going to get a foul against Alcorn. It's going to get Watkins for the reach. Watkins, that's her first foul.
And we'll be making a 94-foot trip down to the other end to shoot a pair of free throws.
Yep, that's the 5th foul against Alcorn. BCU in the bonus. Bethune-Cookman has only committed 3 fouls in the entire game so far.
Yeah, we're playing clean. Langston's going to go to the line. She is a 100% free throw shooter, but not many attempts on the season so far.
This is only her 2nd trip to the charity stripe on the season. And that's her first miss of the year.
Announcer's jinx.
Yeah, you never, if you're somebody shooting a good free throw percentage, you don't mention it till after they've shot.
Beautiful stroke.
Oh, just a little long. Langston misses both.
She looks very comfortable at the free throw line, though.
BCU still with a 5-point advantage. Just under 2.5 to go first half. Bacchus. Claytor. Front iron miss.
Dorsey down with the rebound. Here come the Wildcats.
Wildcats looking to go quickly in transition. Backdoor pass for Langston. No. And a foul. I'm going to think it's going to be against Jordan, and it is.
Brown at 6'3" gave Langston a little pause on her shot. She had to adjust her shot. And she just missed it, just a little bit off.
First foul of the game against Langston. And Beecham is going to come in for her on-ball defensive capabilities here in the last 2 minutes.
Referee was communicating with the clock and the scorer's table. I'm not sure what those hand signals meant, but here comes the game now. We're back in action.
2 minutes even in the first half. BCU just 1 for their last 5 from the floor. Alcorn 1 for their last 6. Woods almost a steal, but recovered by Zaniah White. Stutter step, White 1-on-1 against Langston. Here's Destiny Brown, and Kamara Langston, gets called for the foul.
Oh, she had a nice block on the ball coming up as Brown brought it up to shoot. Tough break for the Wildcats, sending Brown to the line for 2.
Brown, 62% from the line, and you can tell she gets there a lot, over 100 attempts.
Yeah, she's a crafty, very good player. I had a chance to talk to her just briefly before the game. Great person, great representative of the SWAC and HBCUs, and an excellent basketball player by all measures.
From the looks of it, well on her way to an all-SWAC selection at the end of the year. But second free throw rims out. Oh. Long pass ahead for Wilson. It'll still be BCU ball.
We got lucky on that 2 Alcorn players went for the ball, and neither one of them got it out of bounds to the Wildcats with 27 on the shot clock, 1:35 on the game clock.
Wilson did give a thumbs up to Woods. Like, she wanted that pass.
Just in the wrong location. Threw it a little short.
Chanel dribbles it off her foot.
Lots of time on the clock.
10 to shoot. Beecham. And they're going to get Claytor for a reach. Claytor, a native of Wahiawa, Hawaii, came a long way to play her college basketball in Norman, Mississippi.
Yep, and that'll put Beecham at the line to shoot 2 for the Wildcats. 4-point game right now with 1:19 left in the half.
And a little bit more about Maya Claytor. First team All-OIA and second team All-State in Hawaii as a senior. And shot the most three-pointers in the state her senior season. So she can let it fly from deep. First one up and good from Beecham. We mentioned a 67% free throw shooter. That number will go up as of now, as she is 4 for 4 from the line today.
Wildcats settle back to man.
They try to hit Brown, and you can just see how dominant Destiny Brown is. She had 3 Wildcat defenders on her and still drew the foul.
Yeah, she gets that post position, but on the other side of that, Mike, the Alcorn players have to be good at putting that ball in the right place with that kind of Wildcat defensive pressure, and they are. They put the pass right where she could catch it, and she took advantage of it to get to the line. Brown for 2.
Was 1 for 2 last time. This is her second trip to the line. Hits the first one. Brown, her sophomore season at Alcorn State. Her freshman year was at Division II Southern Nevada. NCJAA Southern Nevada. Averaged 16.5 points, 12.5 rebounds, 4.5 blocks, and 2 steals.
Yeah, she looked a lot more comfortable on those free throws during that trip. Beecham on the move.
Beecham inside, outside. Langston wide open, draws the contact. And that's important because I think that foul is against Brown, and it is.
Yeah, and Beecham did a nice job of shifting her dribble from left to right, right to left, left to right, and she went down the middle and set up Langston to get to the line.
Langston misses the first one. BCU at one point was 9 of 11 from the free throw stripe. They're now 12 of 17, down to 75%.
All of Langston's misses have been a little bit to the right. Let's see if she can center this one up.
She does. BCU maintains their 5-point advantage with 1 minute exactly left to go in the first half. Here's Bacchus, the native of Little Rock, Arkansas. Woods matched up 1v1 with her, and Woods wins the battle. Langston gets the steal. Langston to Beecham, back to Camara. Her mid-range jumper is good.
Nice play by Beecham to draw the defense and set Langston up for the wide open 12-footer in the middle of the lane. 2 points, Wildcats.
Beecham, the puppeteer, engineering that excellent shot attempt for Langston. And this is the first time this season I've really seen Camara Langston dial in on that mid-range. Almost another turnover forced. Battle under the basket. It rolls straight back to White. She takes a 3. Too strong. 9 seconds left to go. Whistle and a stoppage of play. It's going to be against the Wildcats. 2 shots.
Langston with the foul.
And I think that might be Langston's third. No, it's her. It must be her second foul, but my stat sheet doesn't have her with any fouls. So.
Yeah, she definitely, I remember her committing a foul as well earlier, but, maybe it was credited to the wrong person. Sometimes the referees give the wrong number. Sometimes the book gets the wrong number. We'll have to check that at the half.
Well, the big board here at BCU doesn't even have Langston in the game. It has Kayla Clark in the game instead of Langston. So,
and you know, she's got real long hair, and it does hide the number on the back of her jersey, so that can cause issue for the scores table and the referees.
5 seconds,
as well.
3 seconds. Wilson got to put it up, gets it off. Oh, almost got it at the buzzer. It's a 6-point Bethune-Cookman lead as we hit the halftime interval. You know, it's been kind of, again, I mentioned it at the end of the first quarter, kind of stop-start, neither team really getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mike. The first half was very choppy. Neither team got a rhythm. Then to start the second quarter, they got a rhythm, and then they kind of ended like the first quarter began, didn't they?
Alcorn 1 for 7 from the floor over the last couple of minutes. So is BCU, also 1 for 7 from the floor to finish the second quarter. We'll take a 15-minute break, and when we come back, it's the second half between the Braves and the Wildcats right here from Moore Gymnasium. It's 34-28. BCU leads it right here on the Cat-Eye Network. Well, today's game is all about stopping the clock against all cancers affecting women. As a result of her own 22-year battle with cancer, it was Olympic gold medal winning and Naismith Hall of Fame coach Kay Yow's vision to be a part of finding an answer in the fight against cancer. You can join in the fight and give hope to a future without cancer by donating today. Visit kayyow.com to donate. Michael Trevino, Eric Dennis back here at Richard V. Moore Gymnasium on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University, getting set for the second half between the Alcorn State Lady Braves and the Wildcats. BCU holding a 34-28 lead at the break. Here are your scoring leaders for the first half. Leading all scorers with 10 points is Brown for Alcorn. Watkins has 4. Cheatham and Griffin have 3. White, Wright, Bacchus, and Ford have 2. Obillo, Henderson, Claytor, and Reed have played but not scored. And for BCU, Wilson and Langston both have 7. Edwards and Beecham both have 6. Woods, Jordan, White, Dorsey, and Clark all have 2.
Yeah, going back to Kay Yow just a minute, she was a famous NC State coach along with Jim Valvano, and it's sad that we lost both of them to cancer, but it's great to see the support and the following and the contributions that Coaches Against Cancer gets every year, that these Pink Game gets every year. So kudos to the world, to the basketball fans who rise to the occasion and help to defeat that terrible disease.
You can see the pink shirts scattered around the audience today. I'm wearing one. The players' warm-up shirts were also pink today, and the first 200 fans in attendance will get pink shirts, commemorative T-shirts in our Play 4K game. We're just about ready to get started for the second half. It's another one of those games, Eric, where it could go either way here at the half. What does BCU need to do over the next 20 minutes to get the job done and win their 5th game in a row?
I think the number one thing we have to do is to continue to play tough defense on Destiny Brown. Make her earn every point that she gets and not give her anything easy.
And maybe get her in a little bit of foul trouble, too. She's only got 1 personal.
Yeah,
the Wildcats did very well in the first half, only committing 7 personal fouls. Alcorn State 11.
And then as we talked about too, White is their second leading scorer. Both of those young ladies put 20 on us when they beat us the first time, so we can't let White get going as well.
It'll be, I believe, Bethune-Cookman to start with the basketball. Well,
they're trying to figure that out right now. I was going to say,
the possession arrow on the board favors Alcorn, so it really should be the Braves, but right now they're all down at the end of the floor where BCU is attacking.
Yeah, the possession arrow on the desk, when the teams switch ends, unless they remember to switch which way that arrow is pointing, it would be pointing in the wrong direction. But the one on the scoreboard was always correct.
Yeah.
If it's been kept up with.
No, it's pointing the way of Alcorn State.
And it looks like it's going to be their ball.
All right, it is going to be Alcorn State ball. The Braves start with it. They're down by 7, 34-28.
And we've got a wet spot on the floor. I don't know if there was a spill or the player went down or what happened.
Alcorn is down by 6, 34-28. As basic math abandons me. Coming up next for BCU, they'll host the conference-leading Jackson State here on Monday. That'll be a big contest. And then they're on the road to play both Alabama teams. So the next 4 games really will decide the season for the BCU.
And come on out to Moore Gymnasium. We've got concessions. The volleyball team under Coach Brittany is selling concessions in the lobby. Our cheerleaders are pumping up the hype. We got DJ Wildchild bringing it to you every game. It is a great atmosphere for the family to have some fun. Come on out and watch the Wildcats play.
And for Alcorn State, after today, they go to Florida A&M, as everybody always does when they come here to play both Florida teams in sequence. And then they'll have Jackson State as well as they go on a little 3-game road trip. They'll finish up their home schedule against Prairie View A&M and Texas Southern next weekend.
Yeah, now we've got Alvin Wyatt Jr., the esteemed and renowned and famous head of equipment and many other things here for the athletic department. Alvin Wyatt Jr. contributes so much behind the scenes here at the Wildcats. Now, if he's on the show, if he's on the attack, then things are going to get cleaned up down there on the end zone.
I don't know what happened down there.
I don't know if it's a spill, but it's wet. Somehow it's wet.
Now, whatever it is delaying the restart here. Alcorn State in the purple and gold. They'll attack the basket to viewers right in the second half. BCU in the home white with maroon and gold trim.
Yeah, right down there by the N and the E of Bethune, underneath the north basket, north end of the arena in front of the stage. And it looks like the referees are holding the game up for safety is what I'm thinking until they're completely sure that the problem is eliminated. And Alvin walked off the court towards his office area, so maybe he went to get something to help fix this spot. We've got another towel coming in. So a second towel comes into the game here.
Well, both teams are being sent back to their benches, so we've got some time to fill. So we can talk about a few more stats. Bethune-Cookman in the first half shoots 37% from the floor. That is up towards the end of the first half. They did very well in the second quarter, getting that average up because they were down in the 20s toward the end of the first quarter. Alcorn State not far behind, 35.5% from the floor. Both teams not very good from three. Alcorn 2 of 8, Bethune just 1 of 7.
Yeah, it's been a rough shooting night, and even the Wildcats have gotten into the bucket. Think in the first half, Mike, how many times Edwards got there, how many times that Clark got there, how many other of our players got to the basket but just didn't get it to go. And that's probably because Brown is such a presence down there on the defense. And
they do the exact same thing that the Wildcats do in the paint, as they help defense a lot when drivers get down there.
Yeah, and then they have a player that comes off the bench. I think
must be Deja Reed.
Yeah, Reed causes some trouble for our bigs and our smalls because they really are pretty good at that help defense. Once we break down the guards and get into the middle of the lane, they do come and help. Their bigs do help.
The floor has been dried, the ball is in play, and we are underway for the second half of action here. From Moore Gymnasium, BCU trying to win their 5th straight contest. Here's Destiny Brown. She leads all scorers with 10. Hands to Sanaya White. She can't get it to go. Long rebound for Cheatham, and it rattles home.
Oh, yeah, we just didn't corral and gather that defensive rebound, and Cheatham took advantage of it to knock it away and gather it to hit the easy short jumper.
Both teams corralled exactly 20 rebounds in the first half, but from the naked eye, it just seems that Alcorn is doing a lot more on the glass. Wilson can't get that one to go. Brick to 3 from the corner.
Yeah, nice setup by Edwards to create the opening for her to shoot that open 3.
Shoveled to Brown. Wide open 3 for Wright. Off the mark. Another offensive rebound for Cheatham. 2 in a row. Oh, look out. A massive rejection by Kayla Clark on Zanai White.
Clark came over from the weak side to give good help and to block that shot underneath out of bounds. Alcorn Braves.
Back down to just a 4-point contest. White at the free throw line. Back to Wright. Another 3 won't go. This time, finally, Clark boxes out.
Here come the Wildcats.
Wildcats have tried to go fast on offense today. Maybe they try and slow it down a bit and play some more half-court sets. Into the corner. Wide open baseline drive for Woods, or for Edwards, but she throws it off the underside of the rim. O'Billow quickly into the front court. White in the corner. She can't get her feet set. O'Billow with Edwards on her. Edwards always looking for a steal. 74 on the season.
Coach Gilbert's trying to get them organized. Calls out of play. UCLA cut.
Cheatham kick. White in the corner for 3. No good. And another offensive rebound for Alcorn State. Extra pass from Brown to Wright. And it's a quick 4-point swing for BCU. And you can tell that Stephon Walton is not happy as he gets off the bench for the Wildcats and snapping at the players.
Yeah, assistant coach Walton really focuses on the defense on Coach Creighton's staff, and he does a great job. And they are not happy about the effort, the defensive rebounding from our Wildcats right now. We are going to get that straightened out. Right now, we are speaking to the team and we are letting them know that both their effort and execution needs to improve, and I promise you it will.
Stay up to date with everything going on with Bethune-Cookman Athletics. Go to www.bcuathletics.com for schedule, stories, and all the latest information on Bethune-Cookman University Athletics. Bookmark it and tell your friends it's www.bcuathletics.com. It is officially spring sports season, Eric Dennis. Softball started play yesterday. They got 2 more games this evening. Track and field in full swing. They're up in Gainesville this weekend at a tournament. Tennis is going on as well. There's just so much Wildcat action. And don't forget, baseball. The Diamond Cats are back starting next Thursday.
Yeah, what a winner that Coach Watton is. What a program that she has built in her time. I had a chance to talk to her this week, and she said something just in casual conversation there in the lobby of the athletic area that she says, Eric, I really love it here at Bethune-Cookman. When I went away to Maryland, I really missed Bethune-Cookman University. She loves it here. She loves the atmosphere, the administration, the people. She absolutely thinks Coach Theus is doing a great job as the athletic director, which he is, and she will keep continuing to win here for the Wildcats.
The front part of BCU's schedule is really
brutal.
Tough. They played Mississippi State and Iowa yesterday, dropped both of those contests. They've got Stony Brook and FAU today, and then next weekend they're up in Jacksonville for a tournament. Second unit in the game for BCU. Long cross-court pass for Kayla White. Back to Beecham. And that one's tipped away by Nakia Cheatham, who has had an excellent start to the second half.
Yeah, Cheatham's had an amazing floor game with little tips away like that, gathering some loose balls, a couple offensive rebounds. Yeah, she's having a nice floor game to help Alcorn.
BCU scoreless the last 2 minutes and 20 at the start of the second half. Here's the hot hand. Cheatham. White. Nice, nifty little move to get the defender in the air and finish.
Yeah, they keep running the ball through the high post, Brown. They're getting good things out of that offense.
6-point swing for the Braves. They tied the game up at 34. Beecham too long on a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, nice setup by White to attack through the middle of the zone of the defense and get her the open shot.
And the Wildcats go to sleep in transition and leave Tajane Wright wide open. The senior from Brooklyn, New York, gives the Braves the lead.
Yeah, 36-34. Wildcats haven't scored this half.
Almost a backcourt violation for Beecham, but she corrals it. Clark has it ripped away by Zanaya White. Another transition opportunity for Tajane Wright. And it's a 8-point swing for Alcorn State. Another timeout for BCU.
Yeah, we are really confused in what we want on the offensive end. We're trying to go into the high post, and they're playing Clark well there. They're collapsing from the guard. Once the guard picks up the dribble, Mike, they're collapsing back to cover the high post front and back, and we're still trying to give the ball there when we just got to give it up to the wing, reset, or run something else.
Not only does BCU not have a point in the second half, we don't have a shot attempt in the last 3 minutes and 55 seconds. We're almost at the media timeout in the third quarter.
Yeah, you know, when you turn the ball over like that, you're not going to have a good effect on the scoreboard, and Alcorn is taking advantage of those turnovers, turning those turnovers into points.
Well, this is not the only game today. We've got the men's team coming up afterwards. All right, so we figured out what was going on the baseline before the second half.
It was a spillage. We won't say who, but there was a drink, a refreshment spilled on the court down there.
I was going to say, Alcorn State men's team and the BCU men's team will clash right here at Moore Gymnasium after this game finishes up, so stick around on the Cat Eye Network for that one.
So get in your car, come down ISP, look out for the racing practice up there, come up any other road, they all lead here to Bethune-Cookman University, Moore Gymnasium. Come catch the men, you still got time to get here.
And a big boon for the men's team, they're going to get Dylan Robertson back, hasn't played since the non-conference schedule back in December.
Yeah, he took a tough injury. You know, he's been out for a little bit, but we get him back today. So his injury was I don't want to say what it was, but his injury was one of those that he couldn't practice either. So he's going to be a little out of game shape, but he's such an amazing athlete, such great skills. I'm sure in short minutes he'll be effective for the Wildcats.
We'll stick around to see the return of D-Rob. Right now, the Wildcats, who have forced Coach Creighton to call 2 timeouts in the first 4 minutes of this third quarter, need to get back on track. Chanel Wilson turns the ball over.
Yeah, and we went right.
Billow in transition, laying it up is Cheatham. She doesn't get it to go.
Yeah, we went
in transition. Edwards, extra pass to White. She can't corral it. And a block against Langston. Nothing falling for the Wildcats. Here's Reed, fresh into the game. Backs down Langston, just flips it up and in. 10-point swing for the Braves.
Yeah, Reed really got her way on the offensive end to move Langston in under the bucket for the easy layup. 1-4 set for the Wildcats.
Remember, Deja Reed was a student at Bethune-Cookman, but unfortunately it was in the COVID year. She didn't play. Traveling violation will take that bucket away from Nia Jordan.
So we finally get a bucket to go, but good call by the referee. She did shuffle that, pick up that pivot foot before the escape dribble was released out of her hand, and that, folks, is called traveling.
Alcorn State, remember, fighting for their playoff lives. They currently hold the last position in the conference tournament. They have the tiebreaker over over Grambling State.
Yeah, you know, we talked about at the beginning of the half, Mike, that we can't let White get going, and she is really got it going right now. That is 4 points this half for her, and she's doing really well. Wright's got 8 in the game, and we got to respond and start scoring on our end. Our 1-4 offense set, they've got it defended well. Let's see if we can come up with some other initiation of our offense.
Tajane Wright now shooting 50% from the floor. Chanel Wilson trying to do it all herself, and finally the Wildcats off the mark in the second half, but a lot of work to be done as they go 5 minutes and 20 seconds without a bucket.
Chanel looked very comfortable on that drive to take advantage of the weak defense to score on a 1-foot runner off the glass, 2 points Wildcats.
And I think the ball is just going to have to go to the hands of number 22 early and often. Here's a 3, no good. Wilson gets the long miss. Chanel, bounce pass into the corner. Edwards underneath, doesn't go. Offensive rebound, foul.
Edwards upset with herself that she missed the first one with the left hand. Just left it a little short, but she gathers her own offensive rebound to get to the line, shooting 2.
Second foul on Cheatham. Reed will depart as Crielle Ford comes back in.
Yeah, they rotate out a lot of players about the same size, and they're all effective coming in and out.
VCU really good from the free throw line in the first half. It's where they built this lead.
In the game, right?
72%, 14 of 19 right now.
You mentioned a stat in pregame, Mike, that when you and I were talking. What was that stat you threw out at me about their players and minutes because of the way they rotate?
So no player on Alcorn State is in the top 25 in the SWAC in minutes per game.
Yeah.
None of them.
Which is amazing, right?
Press almost works, but Ford has it in the front court. She's trapped and turns the ball over. Kayla White to the cup and the foul. And a little bit of jawing after the whistle as Zanaya White has to be separated. Technical foul against Kayla Clark.
So the referee did the wrong thing there. He's going to tee up both players. Obviously, their player, if you watch the replay, White, was the aggressor, very aggressive, coming at Edwards. Edwards was defending herself, but the referee's going to tee up both her and Edwards.
I haven't seen him tee up White yet.
Yeah, he teed them both up.
Oh, he teed them both up?
Let's see what he says to the scorer's table. He may change this. He hasn't given anything official, but he was right here in front of me from our angle, and he threw a tee and pointed at number 2. White threw a tee and pointed at number 1 for us, Edwards.
Yeah, you never want to see any of that after the basket stuff. Play hard and continue to play hard. But
good that the referees are talking it out to get the right call. Let's see what they come out of this, right?
And you can see Coach Creighton has her players, and he's really, really going at them.
So let's see. Oh, they're going to go.
They're going to go to the monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to go to the monitor. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll figure out what's going on right now. BCU trying to work their way back into this game, down 42-38 on the Cat Eye Network. Welcome back to Richard V. Moore Gymnasium at Bethune-Cookman University, where there's about to be a lot of free throws attempted here.
Yeah, the referees are watching the replay. Maybe you can see them, and we don't know what's on your screen right now at home. We don't have a monitor here tonight, but they are watching the replay. All three referees are discussing what exactly happened. What I saw was their player, Zanaya White, came in from way out of the play. Our player, Edwards, was fouled and got knocked to the ground. As she got up, to her and one other Bethune-Cookman Wildcat player and another player, but then White came in and was the agitator to really stir it up. She came out of nowhere and really, and then the trash talking started after White came into that mix, who wasn't part of the play.
Yeah, well, again, the referees are down on the floor. They have a better view of what happened. We don't know what's said. We are far away from where the action is taking place. So
I think they probably said, "Oh, how are you today? What are your plans for after the game? We hope you have a great post-game team meal." I'm sure that's what they were discussing.
Something tells me that's not.
How's your classes going at Alcorn?
Something tells me that's not quite correct. So we're going to get the 2 free throws for the foul against Shante Edwards. And then I think we're going to get 2 technical free throws each way. And I'm not sure who's going to end up with the ball in that scenario. It's probably going to be Alcorn.
Again, it looked, well, it didn't look like. I saw, now whether they stick with this or not, the referee called it, pointed, made the T symbol with his hand, pointed at their number 2, White, did it again, and pointed at our number 1, Edwards. So we'll see if he sticks with that.
Battling stage 4 cancer Olympic gold medal winning and Naismith Hall of Fame coach Kay Yow envisioned Play 4K Games would not just raise money in the fight against all cancers affecting women, but would serve as a platform for survivors nationwide as they continue to fight against cancer. She saw these games as a way to encourage and to give hope.
Now after the free throws, Mike, the possession arrow is with Bethune. Does it go to a jump ball because it's a double T?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. I assume that's what's going to happen here.
Again, we're going to just have to see how it plays out as the referees continue to look at the monitor.
Now, there is another way they could do it. They could let each team shoot the technical fouls. Then Edwards goes to the line to shoot the fouls, and then it's live game.
I think that's the way they're going to do it. I think BCU's going to shoot technicals, Alcorn's going to shoot technicals, and then the game will restart with the free throws for Edwards.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I think that's what the referees are probably discussing too. What does the rule book say in this situation? I wish I had one I could look it up real quick. I haven't seen this in quite a long time, this situation on the college level.
It's an odd ruling, to be sure. It's not one that comes up a lot.
Yeah. So when we know, you'll know, fans at home.
Both teams have had a 5-point lead as their largest lead of the game. BCU has dominated most of the proceedings, leading for 15 and a half minutes, but it's the late flurry from Alcorn here in the third quarter that has put them on top. Remember, they went on a 12-0 run to start the third.
They came out really playing well. It started, Mike, with a break, a loose ball that kind of bounced around right into their hands. They got an easy layup, and that's what got them going. The momentum shifted right there. But then also we committed 2 turnovers in a row that led to points, and then another possession, then another turnover after that. So 3 out of 4 possessions we committed turnovers that led to points for them.
Bethune-Cookman has turned the ball over 9 times? 9 times. Alcorn 10 times.
Yeah. So the referees just called the head coaches together, Coach Creighton and Coach Gilbert. We're not sure what he said. Now he's talking to the scorer's clock, and they'll figure this out probably about the time Valentine's Day rolls around, maybe.
Well, Nate Kilbert is a SWAC veteran, both as a player and a coach, a 4-year letter winner and a SWAC champion as a player at Mississippi Valley State back in the late 80s. And he was 12 years as the head coach of the Delta Devilettes from 2001 to 2011.
A lot of success there.
Won 2 SWAC Coach of the Year awards there, and now 8 years at Arkansas Pine Bluff, and now this is his 3rd season at Alcorn.
Yeah, and their gym and their home fans are really supportive. It is a wonderful college atmosphere if you play at Delta there. If you play for the Delta Devilettes, they really get some home court fans there that are wonderful.
I'll say so. They're going to get both Whites, Kayla White and Zanaya White, for technical fouls. So we have finally sorted out who the fouls are on. You were correct. It was a double technical. So, and then we were right. They're going to shoot technical fouls at each end, and then Edwards is going to go.
We left off a third option. The techs cancel each other out. They're just going right back to play.
Well, no, because DeShante Edwards should be shooting here, because she was the one who was fouled and should have gone to the line. So
but they're
okay. So no, these are you're right. These aren't technical free throws.
Yeah, so this is really different than the way we saw it, Mike.
I'm not sure what's going on. There were no technical free throws. Kayla White misses 2 free throw attempts, and Alcorn State has possession here with Cheatham. And another bucket from Tajane Wright, continuing her hot start to the second half.
Right now our transition defense is not organized. We are not matching up in the transition D.
Wilson to Clark. She's had a tough time of it. Has not scored yet today. Wilson spins away from Wright and is going to draw the contact against Obillo.
Nice spin move. Nice assist by Clark. Clark drew the defense and knew that her teammate Wilson was on the other side of the floor where she should have been. Good pass. Nice spin. Now she's at the line shooting 2.
Nia Jordan heads to the bench. She has been one of the catalysts of this Wildcat revolution over the past month or so, but only 2 points tonight for Nia.
I say that she has the heart of a Lion. She plays so hard and so smart. Total effort, total smarts all the time. What a great asset she is for the Wildcats.
Wilson at the free throw line, and the Wildcats really need to use their trips to the charity stripe to kind of hang with the Braves as Wilson hits them both. Down to just a 4-point game. Wildcats trying to draw their way back in it.
1-2-2 press by the Wildcats. Alcorn breaks it.
Alcorn's really been good in transition. Wide open is Zanaya White. She steps inside against Edwards. Gets around Edwards and can't finish. Great defense by Clark. In transition, Wilson pulls up from a long 2. Too strong.
Yeah, she did not have her balance on that. She can make those, but she just didn't set. Just didn't get her feet set and on balance and lined up with the bucket.
The Wildcats haven't really done well with transition offense today. They've done better when they've been in their half-court sets. Obillo. Oh, and they're going to call.
Bailed out.
Yeah, got bailed out there. They're going to call the foul against Chanel.
Obillo just was really determined to make something happen on the offensive end. She just stuck with it and kept attacking, and wound up drawing a foul on the Wildcats underneath out of bounds with 20 on the reset clock.
And here comes Destiny Brown back in the game. 10 points on 3 of 3 shooting and 4 for 6 from the line for Brown.
Yep.
She's the only Brave averaging in double figures at 12 points per game. Got caught up a little bit there, but gets it back. 10 to shoot for Obillo. Woods fights through the screen and forces the turnover. Clark goes all the way, can't finish. White follows up and scores. And Kayla Clark went down, looks like a little bit awkwardly holding her ankle. And you never want to see that for the third best rebounder in the SWAC.
Yeah, Stinger, we need her on the floor, but she's going to have to come out of the game because they stopped the clock.
Yeah, they're going to put Nia Jordan back in. She'll play the 5, but good job by Kayla White to follow up her fellow Kayla and cash in on the easy bucket.
Yeah, good hustle by her to get 2 points on the board and bring us to within 2 with 2:55 left in the third quarter. Oh, nice steal.
As steal off the inbounds pass. It's Cariana Woods. No, excuse me, it's Deshante Edwards. Oh, and that's unfortunate as the ball goes right off her palm and out of bounds.
Edwards is just having a tough time right at the bucket tonight. She'll make those as the game goes on. She needs to make those. We need her to make those. Oh, our ball. I was wrong.
Only 16 points in the paint for BCU tonight. 26 for Alcorn. Wildcats have possession. Nia Jordan kicks it out for Woods. And now Chanel Wilson.
Chanel's going to take her.
Wilson with the hottest hand of the building. Tajane right on her. Gets a nice seal block from Nia Jordan. Jordan with the offensive rebound, but it goes off an Alcorn player. It's still BCU ball.
Yeah, nice quick hands by their point guard, Kayla Obillo, to knock that out of bounds. Reset to 20.
Wilson to Woods. And now Jordan in traffic. Got to get it away. Woods drives, floater, no, just off the rim. And another steal for BCU. Kayla Clark, yes! Excuse me, Kayla White.
Kayla White, Kayla, doesn't matter. 2 points, Wildcats.
There's so many Kaylas. There's 3 Kaylas on the floor right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of Kaylas.
Zanaya White, a 3, no. Offensive rebound, put back, also no. For Brown.
Brown's size made all the difference on that possession for them.
Timeout called. I'm not sure who called it.
Alcorn
called it. But, man, that was the first Brown miss of the game.
Missed
but
2,
then,
right?
Yeah, and then she put it right back up and in. It's just, we cannot contest her size underneath.
Yeah, and she's not only 6'3", she's long, what they call long in basketball terms now, which means, she has long arms, long limbs, long legs. So not only is she tall, athletic, and can jump, she's got a high reach to begin with.
I wouldn't be surprised if she could dunk in a game if given the right opportunity at only a sophomore, Destiny Brown.
Yeah, good player for the SWAC.
Mentioned averaging 16.6 points, 12.9 rebounds, 4.5 blocks, and 1.8 steals at Southern Nevada at the junior college level last year. Made the All-NCJAA second team and had the third most blocks in the entire country at that level.
Yeah, and she hasn't gotten many blocks here, but her and her teammates have changed a lot of shots for Edwards, for Clark, for all of our players who are getting in there, like Woods, who are just having a hard time making those around the basket.
Wildcats down by just 2. It's a dogfight at Moore. Kayla White. Oh, it turns it over. I was about to mention how well Kayla White's been playing the last couple of minutes.
The referee I'm going to give her the steal on that because she was in the way and Kayla dribbled it off her foot.
Important defensive possession here for the Wildcats. Obillo, one-on-one with White. And White forces the turnover. It's Deshante Edwards with another steal. Edwards slows it up. Got to go somewhere with it. Finds Woods. Woods blows past her defender. Finds Wilson. Quick pick and pop. No. I'm surprised that White didn't go all the way to the basket.
Yep, and that was Langston that took that shot. Nice of her to get open in that free throw line area. Just a tough miss.
Catch it. I'm sorry about that. I see the headband and immediately think that's Wilson.
Well, we talked about it, that long hair, covers her number. It's hard to see.
Right, step back baseline, no. Edwards in transition. all the way to the hoop, lace it in. What a run for Deshante Edwards to tie the game.
Nice half Euro step by her. She got the steal. She took it all the way. 2 points, Wildcats. Way to go, Edwards.
That's 2 steals in as many possessions for Deshante Edwards.
Yeah, they're putting a little pressure on Obillo out front, and it's causing them trouble.
White underneath, off the rim, no. Brown had it ripped away from her. Wildcats ball.
And Langston.
And a foul in transition. They're going to get, I believe, Reed for it. Oh, no, that's right.
You know, that time, number 24 for the Wildcat, Langston battled Brown and just came away enough with the rebound to keep Brown from getting another offensive rebound on that play.
And that's really what we need to do against Destiny Brown. We need to contest those rebounds and make sure we're boxing her out as...
Yeah, and Langston had the position, and Brown still almost got that rebound, Mike. That's
reached over the top of her
she's
with those
so
long arms.
Yeah.
It's going to be Kayla White at the free throw line. Missed both the last time she was there, but I kind of chalked that up to being cold after sitting on the bench for 10 minutes while they sorted out the technical foul situation.
Technical fouls, yeah. Took a while to get that straight.
This time she hits them both. Wildcats' first lead since the start of the second half. What a fight back. A 9-2 run and another steal. Wide open layup. Wilson can't take it. She was closed down by Brown. And then 2 Wildcats run into each other. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Here's Henderson, and she'll go to the free throw line. The first player that is not named Destiny Brown to see the charity stripe for the Braves today.
Yeah, Carriana Woods picks up that foul. Her second.
BCU had an excellent opportunity to push the lead to 4, and Wilson just didn't take an open layup.
Well, no, because again, Brown came over and shut it down with her height, and Chanel could not have gotten the shot off.
16 seconds left to go in a third quarter that's felt like it's taken about 2 years.
1 out of 2. 16 seconds on the third quarter clock.
1 point game. Woods to White. And back again. Into the front court, Wilson. 9 seconds.
Oh.
Edwards goes through her legs. She chases it down. And it's a jump ball possession arrow. BCU has the possession arrow.
3.9 on the third quarter clock. We got time to get a good one, up 48-47. Let's see if we can score.
I want to see them find Wilson on a catch and shoot. Oh, but Wilson's going to take the inbound.
Yep.
They're really good on these baseline inbounds of getting open layups. Let's see if we can engineer one here. Langston blocked. Edwards, 1 to shoot, gets it up, no good. Langston lays it in, but after the buzzer, and BCU takes a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter, a quarter that was dominated for the most part by Alcorn, but BCU finishes on a 10-4 run over the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, nice timeouts by Janelle Creighton. If you remember, we were a little off kilter in that third quarter. She called those 2 quick timeouts, and that got us back on track. Then she took advantage of another game timeout with those technical fouls to get her team on track a little bit more, and it pays off with a 1-point lead going into the final quarter of play here in the game.
Very important 10 minutes of basketball coming up from Coach side court at Moore Gymnasium. We won't want to miss it. We'll step aside and be right back. This is Bethune-Cookman basketball on the Cat Eye Network. BCU basketball right back here on Monday evening against the Jackson State Tigers at 5:30 p.m. Make sure to come on out and support your Wildcats at Moore Gymnasium against Jackson State. That game at 5:30. 30. It's the league-leading Jackson State Tigers coming into Moore Gymnasium.
So, Mike, why don't you tell the fans what we talked about? Tell them about the turnovers, what you just said.
So in the third quarter, we mentioned that Alcorn State got that big lead at the start of the third quarter by turnovers. They out-turnovered us, 7-6. But the points off turnovers still favor Bethune-Cookman, if only barely. So
yeah, and that's tribute to our pressure defense. That's how we like to play, and it results in positive point production for us.
If we can keep the ball safe and not turn it over here, we'll have a good shot to win in the fourth quarter, but it's going to be who makes the clutch shots down the stretch, as it usually is in the SWAC. It's another fourth quarter game and another turnover. I think they're going to call the foul on Henderson for tripping up Woods.
Yeah, Henderson just she turned the ball over, and like we talked about, that players who turn the ball over, they like to try and steal it back right away, and she picked up the foul trying to do that rather than just get back and set the defense.
No foul trouble on anybody in the game. Nobody with more than two.
Turnover,
An
Edwards.
immediate turnover right back the other way. Henderson can't get it to go. I think the ball's going to stay with Alcorn. No, it's going to be VCU ball.
Yeah, that ball went out of bounds clearly by Wright, who knocked it out of bounds. Bad turnover that time by the Wildcats, Edwards.
Yeah, and what did we say? Got to keep possession of the ball. And now Alcorn is showing press just like BCU does. They turn the ball over again. Henderson, a second straight steal. And a push in the back against Tajane Wright.
Yeah, we are an excellent press-breaking team, but right now we're not showing that. We just have to get somebody into the middle of that press and then attack. Their ball underneath out of bounds. Let's see what they run off a 4 flat.
Beecham back in the game. She's only played 13 minutes tonight. Usually we see a bit more usage out of Morgan.
Yeah, they'll go to Brown or to Wright on this inbound lob, and then they run the offense inbounds out of that.
And important, remember, Kayla Clark has not been back in the game since picking up that knock late in the third quarter, so it's Kamara Langston on Brown. Langston poked it away from her and forces her to step on the baseline.
Good job by Langston to get up under Brown to force her to move back and to step on the line. Excellent recognition by Langston.
Cheatham back in the game. She was the one that really engineered that comeback in the third quarter for the Braves.
There we go.
This time they break the press. Edwards. And Langston drills it from the baseline.
And there it is. That's what we talked about during that timeout, during that break there, that they are an excellent press-breaking team and score. And there you saw an example of it to give us a 3-point lead.
3-point lead for the Cats, 50-47, 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Obillo to Watkins. Watkins, and a nice tip pass by Edwards.
Good quick hands to get in the passing lane by Edwards. That's that Wildcat pressure defense. We need more of that.
10 to shoot. On the baseline, and it'll be Cheatham. Oh, no, they're going to say it's sideline. Cheatham looking for Brown, and they're going to call Langston for a hold.
Yeah, good position by Brown to back into the defense. Langston just got caught hooking, coming around into the front.
Second foul on Langston. I mentioned foul trouble. There's only one player in the game with 3 fouls, and that's Obillo. Nobody else has more than 2.
Referees are holding up the game again. I don't understand why.
They're talking about something, and now they're going over to the scores table. Maybe a timing issue. I'm pretty sure the men's game will start behind, as we're already at 3:44, and that game is supposed to start at 4:30, I believe. Yeah. So as long as we have to finish the game by 4 o'clock for that game to go off without a hitch, and something tells me we ain't going to be done in the next 15 minutes. Henderson racing to the line against Edwards and lost the ball.
Good position defense by Edwards to force her into that turnover. Way to go, Edwards.
I mean, you can call it a good defensive possession for the Wildcats. That also counts.
Yeah, they knocked it out of bounds.
Oh, and another turnover as Wilson can't corral it. A third turnover forced by the Alcorn pressure.
Yeah, both teams right now, the defenses are winning the day for both teams right now.
Only one bucket for each side here early in the fourth quarter. Oh. All the way back to Obillo. That ball could have gone anywhere.
Into Brown.
Cheatham to Brown, forces her way inside. Foul called against Brown as she goes over the back against Langston.
Yeah, Langston's getting good position on her, and we got the call that time.
And that is her third foul, I believe. No, it's her second foul, excuse me.
Yeah,
but again, Alcorn State comes with a full court press. You got to get it away. Kayla White, now Beecham, floats it into the front court. Wilson. Chanel stopped and throws it. A kick ball. And it did touch the foot of DeShante Edwards.
Well, of Alcorn.
Oh, no, they say it's off Alcorn?
Yeah, kick.
Oh, interesting. I thought it kicked off of Edwards, but no matter. It's still BCU ball. They're going to call a reach-in against Henderson. Henderson, a junior from Fort Worth, Texas, transferred from Colby Community College. And also competed as a sprinter in track and field in high school. Langston. And now Beecham. Wilson resets. White through the lane to the line.
Yeah, good third option of that underneath out-of-bounds play that our Wildcats run, where they screen the screener, comes back to Chanel, then White comes off the far side curl. Chanel got her the ball, and it results in 2 free throws.
White into her motion, hits it. And just like the game against Alabama State here 2 weeks ago on Saturday, I'll wait for this second free throw. It rattles in and out. The Wildcats are using their trips to the free throw line as they're going to call the ball out of bounds off of Beecham, but not a foul.
Beecham, good position defense, technical foul.
Oh, they called a tech. Sorry, I was looking down at my notes. I didn't see that.
Number 12.
So that's Cheatham. And something interesting to note that Obillo has picked up her 4th foul. She was the one called for the foul when White went to the free throw line that last time.
Yeah, and into the game is Backus, who's actually had a great floor game for them.
Obillo's out. They called the technical against Obillo and she's gone.
Oh, that was her second?
That was her 5th.
Oh, that was her 5th foul?
Her 5th foul. So she picked up her 4th personal on the shooting foul down here, and then her 5th on the technical foul on the other end. And Obillo, who has been the primary ball handler for the Alcorn State Braves, is gone.
Yep. Wilson hits 1 out of 2, but now it is the Wildcats' ball. So that effectively becomes a turnover for them, and their coach is going to call timeout, and he wants to talk it over with not only the referees, but with his team. 52-47, Wildcats.
Wildcats on a 13-3 run here over the end of the third and into the fourth quarter. So excellent way to rebound from a tough start to that third quarter. Yes. Remember how down we were? And it was the technical fouls. And Coach Creighton got him in the huddle. She talked to him, and since then, it's been all Wildcats.
And Langston, even being the much smaller player than their player Brown, has really stepped up to keep Langston off the offensive glass. Got a few over-the-back fouls, got a few rebounds, and that's really helped the Wildcats to this small lead.
Wildcats, really tough schedule coming up, as they play Jackson State on Monday, who lead the conference at 10-1. But then they go to Alabama to play Alabama A&M next Saturday. They're currently tied with the Bulldogs for second place. However, Cookman currently holds the tiebreak because we beat Alabama A&M here 2 weeks ago.
Do we know who A&M has today in the SWAC?
I do not. I can look it up.
We'll check that out.
But then we get Alabama State as well. Alabama State was at the top of the conference. It slipped down a little bit, but still tied for third with Prairie View. So a really tough 2 weeks for Bethune-Cookman. And they'll end their season here at home with 3 games against Southern, Grambling State, and Florida A&M. All of those teams outside of the playoff picture looking in.
Yeah.
But again, you want to get to the tournament, and you don't want to just get there. You want to get a high seed, so you get a good first-round matchup. You don't want to be matching up against Jackson State in the opening round.
If we can score either a 2, a 3, or get another foul against Alcorn, this will be a nice possession.
Edwards underneath, throws it up, no good. Langston battling for the board. DeShante Edwards comes down with it, and we get the foul.
Yeah, Mike, we've seen her get to the basket again that time, and she's just not finding the angle. They are definitely tough covered layups or driving shots because Brown is so big and strong in there, and she changes everything along with number 12 for them, Cheatham, and number 24 for them, Henderson.
And number 21, Ford. They have so many players around that 5'9", 5'10", 6 foot kind of mark.
Yeah, and at Edwards' size, she's in there amongst the trees. She's really good at that. But today she's just not getting them to drop.
Gets that free throw to drop, though, and BCU up to a 6-point lead, which is exactly the lead they had at the half.
Yeah. Let's see if we press here, if we drop back.
And 1 of 2 from the line again for Bethune-Cookman, but even just getting to the line is giving the Wildcats a chance to open up this lead. Only 8 free throw shots for Alcorn State today, whereas Bethune-Cookman has shot 31 times from the charity stripe. Brown against Langston. Would almost expected her to pull up. She's hit those mid-range shots before. She's going to try and find Tajane Wright. Langston trying to box out against Cheatham, and Cheatham wins the battle.
Cheatham is so crafty. She has such a good nose for the ball on loose balls and long rebounds like that.
Another community college transfer from Coahoma. Beecham baseline, yes.
Yeah, smart of her how she did not go at Brown. She just said, okay, I can make this 12-footer. Come get me, and she put it in.
4 players on this Alcorn State team were teammates at Coahoma Community College either last year or the season before. And after this right shot, I'll tell you who those are. Brown, a little bit fortunate to get the rebound, but she misses. Those are Nakia Cheatham, Ashanti Bacchus, Janae Anderson, who we haven't seen on the floor today. Sorry, those 3 players were all teammates at Coahoma and all transferred together to Alcorn. Langston, mid-range, just short.
Good offense by the Wildcats to get the open free throw jumper for Langston. Good read by them. Langston just a little bit short and to the left.
That's a tough shot, right? Because we've seen Langston hit those in this game.
Yeah.
BCU up 55-49, maintaining that 6-point advantage.
They are really looking for White to start their offense. Let's see what they run to her right now.
And Kayla Clark is getting ready to check back in. Remember, she had that kind of, looked like a little bit of a rollover on the ankle at the end of the third quarter. Falling away is Bacchus, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and White's going to pick up the foul, I believe, Kayla White.
So Kayla Clark comes back in, replacing Langston. Doesn't look 100% on that ankle, but we'll see how she can play in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, remember, she stole the ball and went full court and then just kind of had a stinger, twisted her ankle there at the end of that play.
And it did end up with 2 points for the trailing Kayla White, and the free throw out for Bacchus. I mentioned one of those from Coahoma Community College, native of Little Rock, Arkansas, at the powerhouse North Little Rock High School. 2 conference titles and a state title at NLR. But she misses both there.
Look out.
And Beecham coughs it up. It's Cheatham, and she'll go to the line.
Beecham's a smart enough player to recognize what they're doing there, that 2 players were going to run and jump her there, and she needed to back that back a little bit and then go to one side and find an open offensive teammate. Nobody
really came to help either.
Yeah.
So everybody was down towards the baseline.
Smart play by Alcorn. It's it's an awkward run and jump half-court trap.
First one down for Cheatham. This game not over yet. Still 6 minutes to go. We haven't even hit the media time out of the fourth quarter. It's only a 5-point game, even though Bethune-Cookman has looked the better side over the past 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, Cheatham she's really playing well this game. Good floor game, scoring, rebounding, steals.
7 points on 3 of 8 shooting, 1 for 2 from 3. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals for Cheatham. Wilson, long pass, Beecham wide open. Morgan drives and just can't get it to go, but an offensive board for Clark. And fouled. I think they're going to call that against Tajane Wright. They are. Yeah,
unfortunately it wasn't against Brown. It was against Wright.
It was against Wright. Well,
That's
Wright's
her
hurt
third.
us too.
Yeah.
Tajane Wright's their best free throw shooter at 72%, but she has not made a trip to the line tonight.
Clark about a 50% free throw shooter.
Got the first one. This is Clark's first trip to the charity stripe. The only player who has played for Bethune-Cookman but not had a chance at the free throw line is Daimani Dorsey, and she's only played 5 minutes. And if she comes in the game, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets to the line. 1 of 2 again for BCU. Edwards on the trap. Right. Nice behind the back dribble to escape. Here's Cheatham.
Matchup, Wildcats, matchup.
Zaniyah White is wide open, but they can't find her because Deshante Edwards almost poked the ball away.
She's so quick to get in that passing lane and anticipate the steal there. Almost
I wonder if her and Namani McIntyre just train together and work on steals.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe they talk about it at lunch in the CAF or something.
3-pointer. No. That was Cheatham that tried it. Offensive rebound for White. Also no. Edwards comes away with it. 3-on-2 for the Wildcats. Extra pass. Wilson. That was so pretty.
Alley-oop from White to Wilson. 2 points, Wildcats on the
that may have been the prettiest transition for the Wildcats all season long.
Yeah, and set up by Edwards, who got the long rebound to start that break.
Cats push the lead back to 6.
Oh.
Brown underneath against Clark. What a battle by Clark. But it's an offensive rebound and one opportunity for Cheatham. It's Nakia Cheatham again.
Yeah, she is keeping them in the game single-handedly. Every time we're about to push the momentum in our direction, she just stops it with her will to some kind of steal, rebound offense. This time it was a rebound and a putback and a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
Cheatham a point away from a double-double.
Yeah, she's had an amazing game.
As Destiny Brown already has a double-double. And she does. Cheatham now 11 points, 10 rebounds. Brown 12 points, 11 rebounds. And the press comes again.
There you go. That's how you break it right there.
Beecham breaks it. And now Kayla White. Clark in the middle. Tries to put the ball on the floor. Almost coughs it up and does. Zaniyah White takes it away. It's not really a situation where you want to dribble.
Yeah, I don't know. Clark had the ball. She just hesitated, and that allowed the defense to come back and give help and get a hand on the ball to slap it away. If she'd have gone initially when she had the first thought, she would have scored.
Right to Brown. One-on-one with Clark. In and out. Kayla White down the floor. Finds Edwards. Puts it up and in.
And that time she took Brown to the house and got the 2-point play. Brown defenseless on that, trying to get the block. Edwards, better offense than the defense that time.
It'll be immediate timeout. Next stoppage, a 3 on the way from Cheatham. No good. Boxing out is Kariana Woods. She drives down the floor. Nowhere to go with it. She'll back out and run the half-court set.
Yeah, smart play by her to see that they did not have numbers. Clark.
Woods.
Oh, our ball.
That ball, wait a minute. Whoa. That ball was deflected, and the Wildcats bench know it. And the referee at the back end makes the correction, and it is BCU ball.
You know, we talked about that earlier in the game, that the back official has a better angle on some of those plays, and that's where you saw it right there, that he made the correction.
Well, because the referee, who's on the far side right now, he immediately ran over to the lead official and said, no.
That's the trail official's responsibility to sort that out, and he did, thank goodness, because that was obviously off of them.
Well, the whole bench, and everybody in the building basically was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, only one person did not see that.
Wildcats up by 6. Wilson around a screen. Wing 3, in and out, comes right to Clark. Clark battles, offensive foul.
And guess who drew the foul?
Cheatham had her feet set.
But you know, it's in the lane there. I remember we talked about that last time, the circle. But she definitely bulldozed into Cheatham that time. There's no doubt about that. But Cheatham with another great play, stopping our momentum like I talked about.
Wildcats still with a 6-point lead. Deja Reed has come back in for the Braves and almost forces another turnover from Edwards, but She'll be called for the trip, and that's the bonus for both teams. So both teams will be shooting all the way in the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
You know, I got to say this, fans, and you know I'm critical of referees, but since that referee missed that call and was corrected, he's made 2 touch calls against us. One could have gone either way. That one was something else.
It is Edwards who gets it to go off the rim. No, excuse me, Henderson, the junior from Fort Worth. 11 points, 8 rebounds in 2 seasons at Colby Community College for Henderson. 5-point game. That ball was volleyball spiked into DJ Wildchild's little computer there.
Good job by Alcorn back into their press. They're doing a nice job of getting in the passing lanes, which is the Wildcats' forte. They're putting it back on us, but we need to get a good press break here. They're still in their press. We need to get through this and get into our offensive end and get a good shot.
Deshante Edwards off the floor as Kayla White checked back in. Woods among the trees. Long pass to White. Behind the back, pulls up from the baseline. Oh, Kayla White, what a shot!
Yeah, great offense, individual offense by Kayla White.
Timeout. I believe Alcorn called it. Well, they're going to give him an in right there. Maybe an inadvertent whistle. That's the only thing I can think it was.
Same referee that I talked about a minute ago, people.
62-55, Wildcats lead. Almost another turnover for Bacchus. Zaniyah White against Beecham. White into traffic. Traveled. No. They're going to call the foul first.
I agree with your initial call there that she probably traveled before. She got fouled. She got hipped by the defense, but maybe traveled into that. But one of those close calls.
Zaniyah White, who is averaging 9.7 points per game. Only 6 points so far on 3 of 16 shooting and 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. And also with that missed free throw, 0 for 4 from the charity stripe.
Yeah.
Tough day for her.
I think she's only a 53% free throw shooter, if I'm correct.
She is indeed only a 53% free throw shooter. Gets the second one to go.
But what she does for them on offense, some things don't show up on the stats, Mike. She is so aggressive that she gets other people open with her creating and dribbling. It's led to a lot of points for Cheatham. You know, that she's done that to get Cheatham open because we've had to react and help to her penetration.
Zaniyah White was high school teammates with her current teammate, Acacia Stewart, at Hazelhurst High School in Mississippi. We talk about teammates being for a long time, having that better connection on the floor. Nice move by Wilson. Head fake by Wilson. Oh, Chanel Wilson.
Chanel Wilson with the Euro step. 2 points. Nice offense.
That's a couple of times that the offense from Bethune-Cookman has left me speechless. There was the transition 3-pass alley-oop, and now that little head fake from Wilson. Up to 14 points for Chanel. 3 Wildcats in double figures.
Wildcats need good defensive stop here. No fouls,
It's Reed against Clark. Reed can't hit. Beecham with the board. 1:53 to go. Wildcats trying to close it out. Wilson running past Henderson into the front court. Extra pass Clark. Use the shot clock here. 16 to shoot. Beecham backs out of it. Beecham dribbles the ball off her foot. Henderson fighting for it. I think they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow does favor Alcorn. No, they're going to give BCU the ball.
Well, that's unusual. I mean, we talked about that. The scoreboard is always right, the possession arrow, but not this time, Mike.
Yeah, I'm looking down at the scores table where the light does say BCU ball.
Yeah, so they didn't change it on the big board.
They didn't change it on the board, so BCU getting away with one a little bit there.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times today as Beecham comes out that both teams have dribbled the ball off their foot or off their knee, and it's caused turnovers or almost turnovers. Important possession for BCU, up 64-56. Wilson drives, extra pass, Clark.
Yes!
Oh, at the horn with the ricochet of all time.
Sweet bounce for Kayla Clark. Nice play.
Bacchus on the other end. Clark does enough, battling for the board. She gets it and gets it away while falling out of bounds. Tremendous effort from Clark. Oh, Edwards coughs it up. Guess who? It's Cheatham. Other way, scores.
Cheatham is an opportunist. She is a smart ball player. 1 minute to go. We got a good lead though, Mike. Can we do it?
66-58. This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, the way they play, the way they can create things.
I looked earlier in the quarter, and Bethune-Cookman was being out-rebounded by 10. They are now being out-rebounded by 1, 44-43. It's been a terrific effort in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and again, Langston and now Kayla Clark in the game grabbing the rebounds. You know, the two other players that are about the same height, Edwards and I've lost track of the name, White. Kayla White and Edwards battle so hard, and they give us so much at their size on both ends of the floor on defensive and offensive rebounds.
So if it wasn't enough that there's Kayla White and Zaniyah White, who both wear number 2, there's Kayla White, Zaniyah Wright, and Tajane Wright.
Yeah, there's a lot of names here that you could get stumbled upon if you're up here announcing in the crow's nest like we are.
And also there's Kayla White, Kayla Clark, and Kayla Obillo.
If you just say Kayla, or if you just say White stole it or Kayla stole it, you're probably
going to be right.
You got a good shot of being correct, whether they did it or not.
Although Obillo has fouled out, so she's not in the game anymore. But I mentioned the rebounds. In the fourth quarter, BCU out-rebounding Alcorn State 13-9 overall, and 5-3 up on the offensive glass.
And if you remember, Mike, in the first half and even part of the third quarter, those shots that rolled around and went in for them haven't this fourth quarter, and it's helped us to this lead.
8-point lead for the Wildcats, 1:01 to go, 61 ticks to try and find a fifth straight win. Wilson off the pass from Beecham. Wilson double teamed, finds Clark. They're really trying to force that steal. Beecham gets away with it. Wilson works out of a double team all by herself. Wide open underneath is Kayla White, and she finds the finish to put BCU up by double digits.
Smart baseline run by White to get open and get the easy layup.
Zaniyah White the other way, blocked by Clark. On the back end, it's Cheatham. She's got 2 opportunities and can't finish. All the way for White. One-on-one with Bacchus. Kayla can't finish. And a foul's going to be called against Kayla as dominoes fall for Alcorn State. 2 players wearing purple and gold hit the ground. Cheatham is down there, and I believe that's Henderson also down.
Yeah, you know, Kayla White missed the shot, was a little disappointed, tried to hustle after her own rebound. 3 players arrived in one spot, and Kayla gets the foul.
White picks up her 3rd foul. The reason that Shante Edwards is not on the floor for the end of the game is, well, she was not on the floor for a while. She has 4 fouls. With 27 seconds left, Alcorn going to shoot 2. Now, I think this is actually good for BCU.
Well, we're up 10 with 27 seconds, so we gotta just take care of the ball, no turnovers, and if we do turn it over, just run 10 seconds off the clock before you do, when we should be okay to bring this win home for our Wildcats.
If you're Cheatham right now, as she misses the first, do you consider missing on purpose to try and get a rebound here?
It's a strategy. It is definitely a strategy. Let's see if they go to it. Coach just made a little signal. Let's see what that means.
Missed it. And Kayla Clark grabs the rebound. How big has Clark been in this fourth quarter?
And you know, Cheatham.
Timeout, Coach Creighton.
Cheatham has kept Alcorn in this game, and just those recent free throws have just slipped away from her.
Cheatham, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Unbelievable performance from her.
Game.
And on the season, she's only averaging 5 points a game and 5 rebounds a game.
Yeah, she's been a stat sheet stuffer tonight, that's for sure.
And this is the kind of thing that Coach Gilbert and the rest of Alcorn really do. It's find the hot hand and ride the hot hand. Remember that none of their players average in the top 25 in minutes in the SWAC, so they don't really ride one player.
And you know, that keeps players motivated too, knowing that when I get in the game, if I perform, Coach is going to keep me on the floor. It's really motivating to players coming in off the bench, right?
Oh, of course. BCU at 68 points. They have blown past their season average of 61.5. And right now they are holding Alcorn to under their season average of 62.
Are we at the line or no? What was
No,
that?
Coach Creighton called a timeout on the inbounds.
Gotcha.
To let us get some space to try and drop a play to get the ball in the front court, because I think if we get the ball into the front court, it's game over.
Yeah, if we can just 21.2 seconds left, take control of this ball and bring this win home for the Wildcats here on Bethune-Cookman University's campus here in Moore Gymnasium.
The gym's starting to fill out. The men's game coming up next.
Pink out, pink night.
Yeah, play for K. Cancer Awareness Night. Got to get the ball inbounds first. They do to Wilson. Wilson trying to run away. Don't want to be fouled. Beecham, extra pass. Clark, mid-range. Oh, way too strong.
I think she was surprised how open she was.
13 seconds left. 3 on the way from Bacchus. Good. Timeout Alcorn State. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It still should be Wildcat win, but...
another fast 3 changes the whole game. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're Kayla Clark, right, you said you maybe was a little bit surprised to be that wide open and just kind of rush the shot a little bit.
Yeah, she makes those. I mean, I've seen her in practice in games. She's a good scorer from that angle, from that side. Bacchus, who hit that 3, is on the season 21% three-point shooter. But she put it home when they needed it that time.
This team doesn't really shoot great from 3, under 30%.
Yeah, just a little bit, 29% from three-point land. And again, they're averaging 8 steals a game, Mike. What do they got so far? Are they at their
They're averaging 8 steals per game. They have, I'm sure, more than that, 11.
Yeah.
Bethune-Cookman also has 11. 3 of those for Kayla White, who's put in an impressive performance. 2 of them for Deshante Edwards, who also leads the team in rebounds, funnily enough, with 9.
Yeah, so not to be denied, Coach Creighton matches Coach Gilbert's timeout with one of her own back-to-back timeouts.
That always confuses me, right? If you're a coach, you've got to know how to draw something up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but that, and again, she used her 30-second timeout, which, as you know, use it or lose it, right? And so she just wanted to talk to the team a little bit more, get them a little more organized. Let's see what we come out in this timeout. She's talking about the press breaker, of course, and what to do with the ball, because you can bet that Alcorn is going to come hot and heavy. The Braves are going to press us really hard right now.
Now, when the ball gets in, does Alcorn foul with 7 seconds left or just go for a steal?
That's probably what they're talking about. Another thing that she did by using her timeout, I didn't realize that she gets to advance the ball.
Oh, she advanced the ball.
Smart.
That's huge.
Smart.
Okay, so now that looks really good because they advanced the ball. They don't have to go into that press break.
Yeah.
They just got to get the ball inbound successfully. Edwards, the gunner, finds Wilson. They're not going to foul. They will not foul. Bethune-Cookman has won, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row.
Boom.
And they take out the Braves of Alcorn State 68-60.
Great win for the Lady Wildcats. Congratulations.
What a game, what a fourth quarter for Bethune-Cookman as they close out the Braves. And they take sole possession of second place in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Remember, Eric, this is a team a season ago that won 2 games all season. They've now won 9 games in conference.
And, we scored 19 more points here at home than we did at Alcorn. We only scored 49 points in that game.
Here are your final scoring totals. First for Alcorn State. Cheatham, fantastic.
Unbelievable.
A double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals in 28 minutes. Brown had 12. She started hot. She cooled off towards the end. She also had a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Wright had 10 to end the double scoring figures for Alcorn. White had 7, Bacchus and Watkins 4, Griffin had 3, Ford, Henderson, and Reed had 2. Obillo, who fouled out, after getting 2 technical fouls, and Claytor did not score. For Bethune-Cookman, Chanel Wilson once again led all scorers with 16 points on 6 of 15 shooting, 3 of 4 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Edwards and White both had 13. Langston had 9. We almost had 4 players in double figures today. Beecham had 6, Woods had 4, Clark 3, Jordan 2, and Dorsey 2. Everybody that touched the floor.
So many people
scored.
contributed tonight for the Wildcats win.
How about Kayla Clark? 4 blocks. That is her best single-game blocking total of the season.
Yeah, she tweaked that ankle, but then she got to the bench, and when she came back in after tweaking her ankle, she really contributed a lot in those last few minutes. A lot of key rebounds, good position defense.
She had 8 rebounds, but the top rebounder was actually DeShante Edwards, who had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, she's an amazing rebounder. Kind of, a lot of similarities between these men and women. You talked about Edwards and Damani, and then also Edwards and Garrett for guards average a ton of rebounds, right?
That'll do it for our first broadcast of the day. We're going to take about a half an hour, reset the stream, go back to the homepage at youtube.com/Cat Eye Network, and join us for the men's game as the SWAC leading Alcorn State Braves take on the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, looking to fight for their place in the conference tournament. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman Basketball on the Cat Eye Network.